Sheldon, obviously the last couple games you've been dealing with some stuff going around. How is Stefan Nason doing, and is there a possibility we might see him today?
Yeah, Nace will be back today, but we got some other guys that aren't feeling so hot, so we're going to try it and warm up, and we'll see from there.
When it comes to facing Philly, it's not every day that someone in your division you face this far into the year for the first time. What have you seen from them that you guys need to really be aware of?
Last 20 games, they've been as good as anybody in the league, with the puck, without the puck. Perhaps the deepest forward group that we've seen in terms of lines 1 through 4. It looks the same, feels the same, shift to shift. So lots of speed and skill. So lots to contend with. They play hard. We're going to see them a lot here, obviously 3 times the rest of this month. So we'll have to play at a high level and just recognize that there's lots of really good teams in the league, and this is one.
What is it like when they can roll those 4 lines, and what do you really need to see from your guys in those moments?
You can't have lulls. You got to be sharp. You got to stay fast. You got to be connected from one line to the next. We got to utilize our bench. All those sorts of things. So that's really what we'd be looking for. Like I said, it's a really connected team that looks the same all throughout their lineup in terms of the speed and skill and creativity that they have, but also that they play hard and defend hard, protect their net well, block shots, all that sort of stuff. So it's, as you mentioned, a team we haven't seen, so haven't thought or talked much about, but they've just been getting better and better all throughout the season. And you look at them from an analytics standpoint, last 15, 20 games, they've been as good as anybody in the league.
Is it enter your mind going against a coach that has meant so much to you, early on in your career and towards? And is that like?
I mean, I think I'm past that. I've coached against them enough and in the league enough, but I've got tremendous amount of respect for Torts. It's a little bit different coming into the division here now, of course, but he's a tremendous coach. He's got longevity in the league for a reason, and like I say, lots of respect for him and his team and how they play and all that sort of stuff, but not really something that interests my mind at this point until prompted by yourself. Yeah.
Sheldon, taking a look at this last stretch, 6 straight 1-goal games, what have you liked out of your team in these close ones, and in turn, what would you like to see from them to better manage these games?
I think what have I liked? We found ways to get points here of late, of course, and kept it close enough and got us to that to overtime here in the last little stretch. So I've liked that. There's things that we've liked. Look at even the other night in Toronto, some of our responses to getting scored on and bouncing back and all of that. We haven't scored enough, which is ultimately why we haven't been able to pull away in games. We haven't been able to get comfortable leads. And we've gotten 1 point instead of 2, or in some cases, when you look at our California road trip, we just weren't able to take a hold of games. So those kind of things there. But to me, it's all comes back to just our overall game, shift to shift, play to play, being connected, our execution, our pace, our work ethic. All that sort of stuff to me has not fallen into place for a solid 60 minutes here yet since coming back from Christmas. So we're still sort of chasing that. We showed signs of it in some of the games here of late, but haven't been really able to put it together, and certainly would be nice to do so here this afternoon.
Coach, I know you said some guys are maybe game time decision, but is Brian Hallinan a guy you're considering regardless?
Yeah, he's going to play today, yeah.
And what do you know about a player like him?
Shoots the puck hard, can score goals, strong, heavy on the puck, all those kinds of things. Not overly familiar with him, but those are the traits he scored at the American League level. So we'll give him an opportunity here today and see what he can bring to our group.
Hey Sheldon, today is going to be Captain Nico's 500th career game in the National Hockey League, and just the evolution we've seen in his leadership has just been evident. What can you just say about him as a player and as an individual?
First thing, I didn't really recognize he'd been around the league that long. That's a lot of games. But, it's fitting that you asked the question coming off a game like the other night. We don't have our best game in Toronto, but he's he's finding ways to score 2 huge goals for us and take a charge that way. But sort of a quiet leader, leads by example. But I think has a tremendous amount of respect from his teammates, and that's earned through the work that he does and the job that he does on the ice. He doesn't get any easy minutes. Very few call them easy or free shifts. Like, he's going against hard competition. He's taking lots of face-offs, many on his offside, and doesn't complain. Just head down and goes out and does the work. So I've really enjoyed coaching him. He's obviously a tremendous part of this organization, and it's a nice milestone for him to breeze by here today.
Morky or Allen?
You'll find out later on.